calls Vixx's Dynamite plagiarized by Kirsten on Turkey's The Voice. He calls it creativity.
Live chat drama talk giveaway happening tomorrow. Check the link in the description. Several days ago, a gentleman in Turkey copied or plagiarized Vixx's Dynamite song, but it looks like it's now happened a second time in the same week. Some group in China called the TV Boys copied a song from Vixx and the performance and dance from Vixx as well, because there's video of them dancing the same way as Vixx danced. It looks like they were even on the same TV show. All this information just came out so quickly that I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I know that you were reading about it.
Yes, I know about the situations for both instances.
All I know is people were pissed off about this guy in Turkey, and then that guy fired back defending himself, even though it's pretty clear that he plagiarized Vixx.
So the Turkish guy who plagiarized on The Voice is claiming that he did creativity. What ended up happening is he wrote his own rap lyrics and put it over Vixx's Dynamite.
Right. Sounds to me like he used the same beat, but he didn't change the beat, but he made his own beat a replica of the Vixx beat. Like, he didn't actually take it and do his own rap over the same exact beat. Even though it is the same beat, he just did it on a different beat machine?
Yeah, he remixed it, if you will, which I actually think does have some grounds for creativity and not plagiarism.
It's sort of the Vanilla Ice syndrome where it's easily identifiable that it is a Vixx song, though, even if he did change it a little. It's still Vixx's.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Vixx, it does sound very familiar, but we're living in this age where people are remixing things, and there's this whole idea of if you're not from that country, maybe you can get away with remixing a song from this other country's music, because Turkish people, they don't know Korean music. They don't know K-pop, right?
Well, most of them probably don't, just like most people still don't, but the hardcore fans definitely do. We both watched that video a little bit. The judges did not know it was K-pop immediately.
Totally. So a bunch of Starlights got really angry at him and started a whole boycott on Twitter and just attacking him online. And so a couple of days ago, he retaliated by releasing a song titled Shitstorm.
That's a new song, not the song he performed on The Voice.
Not the song he performed on The Voice. This one is specifically lambasting Starlights and K-pop fans and going on about everything that he hates about K-pop. People attacked him, and so he took all that negative fuel and turned it into a song to lambast them that way.
We didn't want to cover this story when we specifically heard about him copying Vixx on the Turkish Voice, because we're trying not to do as many negative stories as maybe we did in the past, or we just don't want to spread negativity, even though some of the news is positive and some of the news is not so positive. The main reason we're covering this is because it happened twice in 1 week, and we want to promote Vixx, or promote whatever we're talking about in a good light, just like any of you. You guys all want positive, like, we get it. So I guess my main question to you is, did you hear about him making this second song? And what is your reaction to it if you did, lambasting the Starlights? Comments. Because I remember when the first part of that news came out, but I didn't hear about the second part.
It's not pleasant song lyrics, I can tell you that much. To switch gears a little bit and go into what happened with the TV Boys and the Chinese drama that's going down of Chinese plagiarism, what it was a Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year countdown program that this actually happened on.
This is the first day of Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, by the way. So that's really weird and very recent timing.
But if you think about countdown songs for the end of the year, they usually put out the biggest, most popular songs of the year. I mean, every year for the American Christmas season, they always put out Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's something that happens across the world.
Okay, so was this Vixx song that was copied by the Chinese group during Lunar New Year, which was today, actually a Vixx original, or was Vixx remixing something, because it kind of has a Chinese twang to it to begin with?
They are remixing, and I can tell you this is a kind of a fun story, actually. This past summer, in July, Vixx was actually on a TV program in China, a reality TV program called called Heroes of Remix, which was a Chinese talent show where they remixed Chinese songs. There were actually a lot of K-pop groups on there. iKON was on there. Psy was a mentor on there. So you also had Vixx. They did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs.
Okay.
And this was the first song that they did. And the title of the song is Ji Shua Shua. I'm sorry, I cannot speak Mandarin, so I'm not pronouncing that properly. But the original artist of that song was a group called The Flowers, which was a Chinese Mandopop punk group from 1998 to 2009. And so they remixed this punk song to make it more Chinese and do a Chinese EDM version, which is what they performed on the reality show, which is what this group is copying in the Lunar New Year countdown.
So Vixx made a song, a remix song of an original song by a Chinese group called The Flowers, and it's a punk rock song, or it has a punk flavor to it. And so people are saying that this other Chinese group copied Vixx when Vixx is remixing a song that wasn't even originally theirs?
Yep, and the funniest part of it all is The Flowers were known for plagiarizing. In 2006, The Flowers got in trouble because they copied not 1, not 2, but 12 songs from international artists. So you have this punk group that was copying and plagiarizing songs that was remixed by Vixx, that was then, well, for a more Chinese EDM feel, that was then copied for Chinese New Year by the TV Boys. Which, by the way, I tried to look up on Google, and all I got was a bunch of, like, gay Asian male porn, which was really awkward.
After hearing all of that, I do not want to sit here and be that person that's, oh, you shouldn't plagiarize, or oh, this is okay. There is a lot of gray area in this story. It isn't this or that. It's something in the middle, and it's very difficult for us to wrap our mind around exactly. Even as you're telling me, I'm going, oh, come on, is that what really happened? Because plagiarizing is a serious creative crime, and nobody should plagiarize exactly somebody else's art. Be it painting, music, all the different arts are original and should be celebrated that way. You know this as much as anybody because you have artwork all over this house that's yours, and if somebody were to copy it exactly and try and sell it, you and I would be pissed off and you would be devastated. And it's the same thing for any artist, and some of you are actually artists out there because I read the comments. What happened in Turkey isn't exactly full plagiarizing, but what happened in China definitely is not. Even though it can be construed as plagiarizing.
Yeah, it could be construed as total plagiarizing, especially because they are copying a lot of the elements that made up the Vixx stage. But does Vixx actually have the rights to that song that they made on this Chinese reality program that's a remix of this other person's song that may have plagiarized that in the first place? There's so much gray area. I personally want to say I'm kind of happy that the Vixx song was so popular and well-liked and so Chinese that they decided to include it in their end-of-the-year program.
And the dance, I think that was the combination of what people were claiming was plagiarism. But then again, dancing seems to always be copied with K-pop these days too, because there's only so many different ways you can move your body.
Yeah, there's a limited number of ways, even though there's an exponential ways of that you can combine them together. I am not surprised that they didn't have Vixx on to perform this song, because even if it was a well-liked song, I wouldn't expect them to put Vixx on since there is a sort of kind of ban on Korean entertainment in China. I'm kind of confused on how I actually really want to think about this.
Well, at least we tried to explain it as best we could. Comment, you guys. How closely related does the song have to be to the original song in order for people to cry out plagiarism and be outraged?
Were you entertained by these stories? Were you upset? What are your feels?
Comments down below. Click the like button while you're down there. Thank you so much for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to Kgal. And don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.